you mentioned Dixie Carter, her relationship with everybody in the office and Vince Russo in particular. Why did Dixie Carter always have a soft spot for Vince Russo as a writer, to the point where she surreptitiously hired him after he was fired and still took advice from him in that sense?
I don't know. I can't explain it. I mean, I can understand why early on, because, Dixie had no experience in wrestling. I'm not even sure she was all that familiar with professional wrestling before she ended up owning the company. Um, and the natural tendency is to kind of surround yourself with people who have had some track record in the business, right? That's not unusual. But Vince is uniquely charming. You know, Vince can be a very sympathetic character, and he's a very charming guy. He's got a lot of charisma, and he's good at convincing people of things. He's good at convincing himself of things as well. But so I can't be too critical of Dixie for buying into Vince Russo initially. Why the hell she would have ever, as you put it, surreptitiously hired him and tried to keep that away from the network that specifically didn't want him to have anything to do with the program, I think was a self-inflicted wound that obviously TNA never got over. Once TNA once, in my opinion, Spike TV and Viacom decided they could no longer trust Dixie, that was the end of the road for TNA. That's what killed TNA more than anything,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
absolutely. Do you remember why Russo was told by USA to not be associated with TNA any longer? What was the one single idea or story that came up with that USA just said absolutely not? Or
My
Spike?
opinion,
Sorry, I'm saying
Spike, yeah,
Spike. I'm
not
sorry.
USA. Yeah. Yeah. My opinion, I think I saw it as it was happening. We were in a venue, we were in an arena one day, we were on the road, and I saw Vince talking up in the stands. It was early in the day, so there's no people there. Up in the stands, he had cornered one of the Spike TV executives and was pleading his case and burying a lot of people in the process, from what I heard from that executive who told me about it afterwards. And when that executive realized that a guy like Vince Russo was willing to throw his boss and a lot of other people under the bus to better his position, they made up their mind. Again, this is my opinion, that they made up their mind at that point in time that they didn't want to have anything to do with Vince Russo because he didn't have any integrity. They couldn't trust him. People don't realize, you've got to trust, your television partner, even though you may be getting a check from them every week and you're licensing your program to them, they are your partner. And if you don't treat them like a partner, it's not going to be a long relationship. And part of a good relationship with the network is trust. And they realized they couldn't trust Vince.